Your 100,000 naira salary was already gone before you even touched it. Not because you wasted money, not because of ashwebi, not because of a new phone. The money disappeared because of something nobody ever includes in their budget. And by the time most people realize it, it's already day 3. Now, before you say, I know how to manage money, hear what actually happens to someone earning exactly 100,000 naira in Lagos in 2026. Because the maths is not what you think. Meet Chike. He works at a mid-sized firm on Lagos Island. He is not lazy. He is not reckless. He earns 100,000 naira every month, which on paper sounds like a real salary, a structured amount. Something you should be able to plan around. On the 27th, his salary alert drops. 100,000 naira credited. He smiles, takes a screenshot, sends it to the group chat. By the 30th, just 72 hours later, his account balance is 0 naira. And here is the part nobody talks about. He didn't make a single bad financial decision. The first thing that takes his money isn't food. It isn't rent. It isn't even something he buys. It's transport. Petrol in Lagos right now sits between 1,250 naira and 1,350 naira per litre. That sounds like a car owner problem, but Chike doesn't even own a car. So why does it matter? Because once petrol prices go up, downfall prices go up with them, and somehow they never come back down. The National Bureau of Statistics released data showing the average intracity bus fare per drop has climbed to roughly 1,195 naira. Now multiply that by 2, going to work and coming back. Then multiply it by 22 working days in a month. We are looking at roughly 40,000 naira to 45,000 naira gone just on transport, just to show up at the job paying the 100,000 naira. Day 1, salary hits. So on day 1, the exact day the salary enters, Chike immediately has to lock away almost half of his income. Not to spend it, lock it away. Because if he doesn't, he literally won't be able to get to work by week 3. He sets aside 42,000 naira for transport. He now has 58,000 naira left. But this is where things get strange. Day 2, market reality. He goes to my 12 markets, not for enjoyment, for survival. Because eating out every day at 2,000 naira to 3,000 naira per meal is even more expensive. Buying food in bulk is the smarter option. Rice, beans, palm oil, crayfish, pepper, small meat, nothing luxury, just the basics. Food inflation in Nigeria is currently sitting around 16.06%, according to NBS data. That garri that used to cost 800 naira, it's no longer 800 naira. Tomatoes, tubers, pepper, everything repriced itself except your salary. By the time Chike loads his bags into a keke and heads home, he has spent another 20,000 naira on raw food items, and that's only the base stock. To eat modestly for the month still costs around 35,000 naira minimum. He now has 23,000 naira left. Day 3, silent deductions. And this is where it becomes almost surgical. He buys a data bundle, 5,000 naira for the week, because Lagos doesn't run on slow internet. His job needs connection. His landlord sends messages on WhatsApp. His bank sends OTPs. Data is not luxury anymore. It's infrastructure. Then electricity. NEPA, PHCN, whatever they are calling it this week. He buys a prepaid token, another 2,000 naira, because without power, his phone dies, his fan stops working, and sleeping at night becomes punishment. And then comes the one expense no financial advice article ever properly talks about in Nigeria. He sends 10,000 naira home, not because he is irresponsible, because his mother's medication won't pay for itself, because his younger sister's school fees are due, because being the person who made it to Lagos comes with invisible taxation that never ends. It's not called debt, it's called family. And in Nigeria, it's non-negotiable. So let's look at what's left. 100,000 naira comes in. 42,000 naira goes to transport. 35,000 naira goes to food. 15,000 naira goes to data and airtime. 5,000 naira goes to electricity. 5,000 naira goes to family support. Running total 0 naira. Account cleared. Day 3. And you will notice something missing from the list: rent. Chike isn't even paying proper rent yet. A basic one-bedroom apartment in places like Alimosho or Agege, some of the cheaper mainland areas in Lagos, now costs between 750,000 naira and 1.2 million naira per year. Per year, not monthly. Upfront, before you move in. A person earning 100,000 naira cannot realistically afford a standard apartment in Lagos without another source of income. That's not an option, that's maths. So where does Chike sleep? He shares a room with 2 other men in a face me I face you compound in Munshi. It costs him 30,000 naira every 3 months, paid upfront. That expense arrives every 90 days like a grenade. Now you have been listening to Chike's story, and maybe you are wondering, okay, so what's the solution? What exactly is he supposed to do? Here is the uncomfortable part. The standard financial advice doesn't really work here. Save 20% of your income. From what exactly? Which 20%? The one that has already gone before the alert landed? Cut unnecessary spending. What unnecessary spending? Chike hasn't even treated himself once since payday. Every single naira already has a job assigned to it. So some financial experts working with low-income Lagos earners have started recommending something different. Something simple, but surprisingly difficult. The first 24 hours rule. The moment your salary enters, before you spend a single naira, move a fixed amount into a locked savings wallet. Not your normal account, a locked one. Piggy vest, carry wise, anything that fights you when you try to withdraw. Even if it's just 5,000 naira. Even if it feels useless. Because that untouched 5,000 naira starts building a new reflex. Over time, 5,000 naira becomes 10,000 naira. Over months, it becomes an emergency fund. And in Lagos, an emergency fund is the difference between a bad month and a catastrophic one. The second move is the painful one, and most people refuse to do it. Move closer to your workplace. Stop optimizing only your salary. Optimize your proximity. Paying 50,000 naira for a cheap room close to work while spending only 10,000 naira on transport is healthier than paying 15,000 naira rent somewhere far away while burning 42,000 naira every month commuting. The math always wins. Distance is expensive in Lagos. It always has been. The third move is something many companies already provide, but pride stops people from using: the staff bus. If your company has a staff bus and you are not using it, you are basically paying 40,000 naira every month for the privilege of suffering inside downfall. Use the bus. Negotiate carpools with colleagues along your route. Split petrol costs. Fight the commute tax together. Now here is the part about Chike's story that doesn't get said enough. It's not the exception, it's the rule. There are hundreds of thousands of Lagosians living this exact reality right now, earning just enough to survive, but not enough to breathe. Too busy, too tired, too stressed to fully calculate where the money keeps disappearing to. And the reason is not character, it's not laziness, it's not discipline. It's a system that was never designed for somebody earning 100,000 naira to actually get ahead. The city charges you to access itself. The road charges you. Inflation charges you. Family obligations charge you. And by the time all those invisible bills finish collecting their share, your account balance reaches zero before the month has even properly started. Be honest, does this happen to you too? If you found this breakdown insightful, don't just watch and scroll. Subscribe to the channel right now, because here we don't do motivation for entertainment. We break down real money systems, real Nigerian financial pressure, and what's actually happening behind your everyday struggles. And the next video might explain something you have been experiencing for years but never had the words for. So hit subscribe and stay tuned.